Hello, investor. Welcome to The Awakening, where knowledge is key to your trading destiny. Today, my dear friends, we're going to see about becoming proficient in economic calendars. As you can see, any kind of economic calendar that you choose, they're basically going to give you a schedule of things that are going to be released, statistics that are going to be released on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis from most economies, or from most countries, that will affect their currency. As you can see, we have today, Monday the 24th, at GMT plus 3 time. So when you open, you actually have to select the appropriate time zone, right? When you can click, go around to your particular moment, and for example, any kind of GMT plus 3 time, there it is, we save settings, and we have our time matches, 12:23, right, and we see right here, 12:23, well, in the bottom right-hand corner on your computer, you'll be able to check your time. What happened today? At 11:15, at 11:30, right now, in the next couple of minutes, you're going to have a GBP Manufacturing Services PMI is released. This is a statistic that usually it's considered a high-impact event, and usually it creates a spike that's followed by a retracement. If we take a look at euro-dollar, real market, we will see right there, at this time, 11:15, there was a spike and there was a retracement. Alright, so this is a 1-minute chart, 1-minute expiration. As you can see, there was a little bit of loading, and I think my internet is a little shoddy today. But you can see that I've missed at 11:15, 11 seconds, I opened the position, and it was a losing one, but at 11:15:32, it was winning, and I'm back in profit where I lost $100 here, but I've made $184, so I'm $84 in profit today. So, when we jump forth a little bit for later, when German flash manufacturing PMI and services PMIs were released, they were mixed. And I think that people didn't really quite understand what to expect. Actually, let's take a look at what we're going to look at, and I'll see if we can take advantage of GBP JPY. It's going to be also in a couple of minutes, should be affected by the manufacturing services PMIs. But let's come back to this. The previous month's statistic, it's kind of not as important, but it should be factored into your strategy. So when we're looking, that previous month was 45.8, they were expecting, right, the forecast rate here was expected at 46.2. And the actual number came out at 48.9. It's actually a big jump. 45.3, 46.3 came out 46.6. So it's also actually a really good statistic. That's why when we're looking at, so let's set this up 1 second. GBP, there we go, JPY. Let's set it up here. But when we take a look at euro-dollar, right, we see that there it is, positive statistic, bam, came up, and there was a retracement. There's a little bit of confusion here. Statistic was mixed for the German manufacturing services PMIs, because one was good, the other one was red, and that's why it's not, clear as we would like it to be. There was a spike. There was a continuation, and, well, the first retracement actually happened on the 3rd minute, so you have to be aware that this sometimes happens. But if you failed here, right, if you missed there, once again, take a look at the next available statistic, and it's going to be released in a couple of minutes, in less than 3 minutes. We'll take a look at it together, and you'll be able to see or take advantage of another step martingale where you open maybe a slightly larger position to cover the possible losses that you've incurred. Historically, statistically speaking, this is something that gives you a significant advantage in knowing ahead of time, exactly right down to the second, when majority of people in the world will have a reason to buy or sell a particular asset. And usually this is very, very short term. This is very, it plays out within 1 minute. Right? So this is why we have 1 minute expiration, right here with 1 minute candles. So let's take a look at GBP JPY right now. There it is. All right, so we have 100 loaded, and well, we're taking a look. Notice that there's no indicators, no, my internet is being shoddy again. All right, let's reload it, just see if maybe this will help. There we go. All right, so there is a bit of volatility already. You see the candle jumping up and down in 1 minute and 40, well, essentially 30 seconds. So let's take a look. Once again, no need for any indicators per se. I mean, you're still able to open a few, because if there is a spike and the statistics are so good or so bad, chances are that it will continue before retracing. And this is something that we need to, that's why we want to understand what kind of statistics, but the statistic itself is actually going to be viewed or able to be visible to us after the impulse already happens. So this is something that also we need to keep in mind, and I'll explain later why that is. So we got less than a minute, right? 54 seconds right here. And again, my internet is being not particularly strong today. There we go. All right, 40 seconds left until we should see a spike in the GBP, which is considered the most volatile currency, against JPY, which is actually the least volatile currency. And there we go, 30 seconds left. Now let's take a look at this together. Under the comment section, or in the comment sections, please feel free to ask any kind of questions, make comments, share your concerns. I will always be very happy to clarify anything that I can. And let's see, there we go. We got 3, 2, 1. Will GBP do anything? And I don't know. I think that I would want to open, but let's go to 200, second step martingale, and let's wait. So as you saw, it's not something that's massive, okay? I still think that it should, unless it goes much higher, we could actually do this. Not something that's recommended. I usually advise everybody to wait until the position closes and then take a look. All right, so let's see. It's still pending. See, the impulse happened, but it's still pending. All right, there we go. We got for services PMI, as it was actually really decent statistic, but for manufacturing, it was negative. All right, so let's take a look again towards, what's happening here. So we got, all right, well, there's a retracement. Let's see if actually the first one might come in. And my internet today is a little, we have meteorological phenomenon here where I live, and that's why maybe it's affecting the fiber optics a little bit. All right, so there it is. There was a spike. I opened my first one a little bit too late, but it seems like my second position should be in the money. There we go. 3, 2, 1, and there we go, in the money. So once again, don't forget to change your martingales, just so you don't open accidentally on much higher step there. But there we go, my friends. That's actually something that you can do yourself. Something that doesn't really take lots of time searching for a currency pair that's, great volatile level that you prefer, that gives signals to set up technical analysis with support resistance levels with certain leading, lagging indicators. None of that is needed. So if you're at work, you're able to, with your morning cup of coffee, say, hey, right then, I just need to take a coffee break. As you saw, it's not something that you need to stay there for a long time. A spike, retracement, possible continuation, but with these statistics, it's not quite often. There are macro statistics. Next week, there's going to be, or rather, first week of every Friday, every month, first Friday of every month, there's going to be a NFP. Actually, let's see, right, there we go. This week, as you can see, this is the statistic that's the most popular on a monthly basis. So something that I encourage you to be aware of and take advantage of. This is when I'm going to do a live stream Usually we'll try to do it every Friday, every NFP. And the American USD is also affected almost as strongly by the CPI, which is usually the following week. I think that it's there it is. It's on Thursday. This is going to be on Thursday. Usually it's on Wednesday, I believe, but Thursday, same time. And there we go. CPI for United States. All right, my dear friends, if you have any kind of questions, comments, concerns, feel free to touch base. My Telegram is in the in the profile here. So stay informed, stay empowered, and every trade is a choice in the path to mastery.